Hey guys. Today I'm going to be doing drugstore versus high-end. So like Fenty Beauty versus Butter Bronzer from Physicians Formula. So let's get on. I'm going to do drugstore on this side and high-end on this side. And I'm going to start off with this Illuminating Primer Mist by e.l.f. And I'm just going to use one of my palettes to try to separate my face. On the other side, I'm going to use the Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer. I'm only using a little tiny bit. Next, on to foundation. So the foundation I'm using is the Your Skin But Better CC Cream on the high-end side. This is in the shade Fair. I'm just going to do one pump. And for the foundation on the other side, I'm going to mix two foundations because I don't know which one's my shade. This is the Maybelline Matte and Poreless foundation in the shade 120 Classic Ivory. I'm going to put a little bit of this one on the back of my hand. And next I have the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation in the shade Soft Ivory. Okay, so next on to concealer. This is the Instant Age Rewind Maybelline concealer. Okay, so I have that concealer done. Now I'm going to move on to my high-end concealer. I think I'm going to go with Tarte Shape Tape Contour Concealer and the NARS Radiant one. This one's almost out, the NARS one. I have the NARS one in Light 2 Vanilla, and I have the Tarte Shape Tape one in the shade Fair Neutral. I'm going to put on this one because I don't have very much of it. I'm going to blend this out. Then with the Tarte Shape Tape one right under my eye, I'm going to put that. Then I'm going to take another concealer. I'm going to take the Jeffree Star one and just spot conceal. So I'm done with concealer now. So I'm going to bake for loose powder for the high-end side. I have the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder in the shade Translucent. And I'm just going to put this in the cover. And on the other side, I'm going to use the Maybelline Fit Me Loose finishing powder in the shade 05 Fair. Oh, by the way, I got my nails done. I kind of like that powder better since it's like lighter. So while I'm baking, I'm going to do my eyeshadow. I'm going to start off with this Modern Metals e.l.f. palette. So I just have a Dollarama brush from Areposa. I'm going to use the fourth color, the fifth color from the purple, this one. They don't have names. and there's no shade name on the back, that's just numbers. So yeah, I'm just gonna dip in that color, tap it off, and put it in my crease. I need a mirror. Okay, so I'm going to look in my other palette to see what colors I want to do. I think I'm going to choose with this brush. It's just the mermaid brush, and I don't think it's a very good shape for it, but I'm gonna pick the shade right here, and this is in the Roses in the Air eyeshadow palette. I'm just gonna put that on the outer corner. I'm gonna use this brush. It's from the Body Shop, and it's the brush P61E. The tapered brush. I'm going to dip into that brown shade that I used first. I'm going to use this Anastasia brush that came with the Soft Glam palette. All I'm doing now is blending out the edges. So yeah. So on a packer brush, I'm going to use this color right here. It's next to that green color if you have the palette. And I'm going to put that all over my lid. I'm just going to pack it on. So that's that eye all complete. I'm going to brush off the powder now. But I'm not going to take it off that side because I'm going to leave it there until I know if there's going to be any fallout. So now I'm moving on to the high-end side. And I'm going to take the Dominique Cosmetics palette and use the shade Caramel because that's pretty close to the shade that I used in the e.l.f. palette. I'm going to use the same brush, but I'm just going to wipe it off. So I'm dipping into Caramel. I'm going to put that in my crease. I'm just putting this crease shade there so the rest of them blend together. My Jaclyn Hill palette, I'm going to dip into this one right here named Hunts and Jax. These two, I'm going to barely dip into Jax, but Hunts I'm going to dip into a lot more. I'm going to lightly dip into them both. Then also I'm going to use this Body Shop brush again. I'm going to dip into Silk Cream because it's close to that shade that I used first too. Silk Cream is this one. I'm just going to blend it out like I did the first thing. Use the mermaid brush again. So I think they're pretty much the same color, and I'm going to mix Queen, this one right here, and So Good, and Wig from the James Charles palette, and I'm going to put them all on my lid. And with this palette, on the drugstore side, I'm going to dip into a little lighter shade, the one on top of the one that I used on my lid. And I'm just going to put that on my lower lash line. Just a little bit of it. And on my high-end side, I'm going to use pumpkin spice. I'm going to dip a little bit of hazelnut and pumpkin spice, and put that under there because pumpkin spice is a little orange and the one that I used in the Wet n Wild palette is a little more red. So this is my eyeshadow so far. So next on to bronzer. The bronzer I'm going to be using on my drugstore side is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer in the shade Light Bronzer. And I'm going to use this, another Delorano brush. This is the Louis or something. And this is a tapered big brush. And I'm just going to dip into that. So I have my bronzer done on that side, and then my bronzer from my high-end is the Fenty Beauty one, and this is in the shade In the Sun. I love this bronzer even though I got it like a few days ago, and I'm just going to dip into that and do the same thing. And do the same thing. If you hear any noises, my sister's friend is here, my dad is here now, and he likes to make noise, and my mom might be on a call or something, so yeah. So that's my bronzer all done. And next I'm going to do highlight. So I just realized I do not have a high-end highlight. I guess I'm just gonna do two different ones. One's gonna be loose and one's going to be pressed. So I'm gonna do this e.l.f. one. This is the baked highlighter and blush in the shade Rose Gold. I'm gonna do that one on that drugstore side. This is the blush. This is the highlight that I'm trying to use up. I'm just gonna put this here too, because I forgot to put the inner corner highlight. And that is the first highlight. And the second highlight I'm going to use is the Wet n Wild I'm So Lit highlighter. It's a loose highlighter, and there's a lot out. So I'm just going to use, you only need a little tiny dip. Like this is the cover, you need that, and then that is so pigmented. I have the Princess Dequires from Wet n Wild and the MAC Dolly Mix blush. So, and this one's like so light and it's an ombre. So I'm just gonna put that one on the drugstore side. I don't use this one very much anymore. So I'm just gonna dab this in with the e.l.f. complexion brush. So my blush, you can barely see it, but I don't like this blush anyways, so that's fine. And then I'm going to use the MAC Dolly Mix blush. It's not like the collection of Dolly Mix, that's the color of it. I'm going to do brows. I have two different consistencies of eyebrow products. I have the Anastasia Beverly Hills in the shade Blonde for the high-end side. And then for the drugstore side, I got the e.l.f. Duo in the shade Light. I'm just going to use the light powder color, and I'm going to fill it in with this brush, Makeup for You. So I think I got this at Winners. I'm just going to dip into it, tap it off, and just quickly run my brush through them. So yeah, I'm just going to dip into it again. And I'm not very precise with this, so yeah. That's my brows. This is a mini. It's a Bang Go Bang mascara from Benefit. This is the wand. And I'm just gonna put this on my eyelashes. I literally love this mascara. And I have two mascaras from the drugstore. I have the Voluminous Lash Paradise mascara, and I have the CoverGirl Lash Blast Volume mascara. And neither one of them is open, so I'm just gonna open the CoverGirl one and try this. Is there any product coming off? Compared to the Bang Go Bang one, this is not a very good mascara. But it's good enough just like to coat your lashes and give them a color. But last but not least, there's setting spray, and I'm going to use the MAC Prep and Prime setting spray on this side. I'm going to just try to aim it this way. So I'm just going to use my Wet n Wild Photo Focus Natural Finish Setting Spray. I'm just going to put this on the side. This is a way bigger spritz than the MAC one. Oh, I forgot something. Lipstick. The only color that I have both of is red. This is the Sephora Collection Lip Stores in the shade 22. I'm just gonna put that on one half of my lips. And I don't have a lip liner or anything. And this is the Park Avenue lipstick in the shade 24. I hope you liked this video. Make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so you can get a notification every time I upload a new video. Make sure to leave a nice comment down below and tell me like some other good things you would like to see. So bye guys, I hope you enjoyed it.